Hi, welcome to the St. Thomas Video Podcast. We are glad you're joining us today as we continue our journey to try to connect the people of God with their stories of faith so we can support and enrich and help each other. Today our guest is Nick Whitford. I invite you to give him your attention as he tells us a little bit about what's up with him and God.
So what's up with me and God these days? The word I most strongly associate with God is love. And over the last almost year, I have been through a whole mix of emotions and being able to feel God's love has been relatively sparse in places. Not that it's anything that God has done, but this is a situation where I no longer am the youth guy at Grace, and I haven't been for almost a year, and I didn't choose that option. And that had a whole bunch of feelings of anger and disappointment, and for the very first time in my entire life, I felt like there was a home that I wasn't allowed to go back to. And that's not literally true, it's just like how I felt about it. It was like I was ejected, and that hurt a lot. And there are reasons I'm not allowed to go back there or anything like that, but from that time, I sort of like ejector podded out, like someone else hit the button and I go flying into space, and I started floating pretty hard, and just not knowing what to do, how I felt about it, not feeling any particularly strong conviction about where to go, how to manage it. And so you self-defense, you get a little bit numb about that. And then as time goes on and time begins to heal that immediate tear, you start to think with a clearer head, a calmer mind. And I started worrying slightly about where to go from here, what to do, what about my kids, and what is their experience with God going to be like if I can't step up, if I can't find a way to participate in that. And that also joined in with that feeling of not being allowed to go home, sadness, because Grace Church specifically, and many other churches in the diocese, honestly, but Grace Church specifically has been home for so long. My grandpa's been a deacon there for ever? No, not really, but almost. My mom has worked there for a long time, until recently. My grandma is buried there. I have friends. I've had friends. I have a family of believers there, and that brought a lot of sadness. So going back to love, love is good, guys. Love is one of those things that expresses itself in so many different ways, that it can take you from where you are to somewhere greater. And the gentleness with which I experienced love and reconnecting with God and the community of believers in my area is pretty remarkable. Very gentle, nudges, little pushes, and I know she worried an awful lot about it, being a nudger. But my mom says, hey, you can come out here where I'm the priest out here in Plymouth. Whatever, you do you. And it took a long time. It took many months before I really felt like this is what I want to do. And coming back, being in community, being folded back in with grace and love and gentleness has healed that anger, that sadness, that worry, that has taken away that numbness that I have been feeling for a long, long time. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that God has these people in my life. I'm grateful that God has put people in my way to say, you are not forgotten. You are not alone. You don't have to do it by yourself. And that's good. That's comforting. That's helpful. That's what I needed. It's what I need now. It's what, so many of us need. So I guess that's kind of what's happening with me and God these days. See ya.